welcome to Discussions with DT Parker on your MLK Day. I almost didn't go live today, but I was like, we going live. It's MLK Day. Hey, Mama. So that way we don't get disturbed. So, Mama, you're the first contestant. Hey, Illinghurt. Welcome. We got another good one. Happy MLK Day. Yup, we still celebrating. Don't let these people fool you. We still celebrating the man, the legacy. But yeah, happy MLK Day, y'all. I was trying to keep things light because it is. Hey, DJ, do it. Hey, boo. I was trying to keep things light because it is MLK Day. But I saw this story on Jasmine Crocket being under fire after making some comments about, we'll say ICE now, but we got to come up with another name. I think we called them Bud. We called them something, but we're not going to call them that because last time they tried to flag us when we was talking about them. But anyway, so Jasmine Crocket is under fire for calling Bud slave patrollers. Take a listen to what she said, and then I want to hear your thoughts.
But the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history. But this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
What does that do?
Defended and...
Hold on. Okay, so it says conservatives are outraged while supporters say she said exactly what needed to be said. So I guess people are split down the middle on whether, and now they're calling for her to resign. I'm like, when that
trying to say I'm too black, but the reality is that
when that person who sits, okay, decides y'all want to decide y'all want him to resign and cancel him, then let's have a discussion. But that man say whatever come out of his mouth. So I mean, anyway. What did you think about what Jasmine Crocket said? Bud, again, that's what we're calling them. She calls Bud slave patrollers, and now folks want her to step down and resign. So what are your thoughts after hearing what she said? And I can play it again. Let's play it again. For the new folks that came in, Discussions with DT Parker, welcome.
The fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history. But this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
What does that do?
Somebody said nobody wants her to resign. Who wrote these headlines? The ops. That was Claudia Jordan. That's funny. I mean, because I didn't see this story, but it's so much stuff going on. Again, I didn't see this, so the outrage must not be loud enough. I saw this on like one news site. What lie did she tell? You know, anytime you go against these folks, it's a problem, DJ Do It. It's going to be a problem. He's the only one that can say whatever he wants to say and get away with it, while everybody else has to tap dance, you know what I'm saying, around what it is they're supposed to say. New folks, welcome to Discussions with DT Parker on this MLK Day. Happy MLK Day. Hopefully you enjoyed if you were off, your 3-day weekend. But we're talking about it. It's MLK Day. I was trying to keep it light, but then I saw this with Jasmine Crocket. And she's under fire for we're calling the people, the immigration control folks, Bud. She called them slave patrollers. And now, hey, Auntie, now folks want her to resign. Hey, Auntie, we're talking about Jasmine Crocket. Happy MLK Day. Can you believe MLK would have been 97 years young this year? Oh, my goodness. I can't even imagine what MLK would have been like. Just what he would have been like. How he would have viewed the world in his view. Like, would he have been disappointed in the things that... I mean, I'm sure he probably would have been disappointed in what's exactly going on with this administration now. But even, like, within our community, would he have been disappointed with us? So, just, you know, interesting. Just a little, I guess, random thought in my head. Like, 97. I mean, you see a lot. Woo! Anyway, but for my new folks, talking about Jasmine Crocket. She's under fire for calling Bud, which is the people that go around picking up these immigrants. So she called Bud, because that's what we're calling them, slave patrollers. And now, I don't know how true this is, but now allegedly folks want her to resign. I didn't see this, so I'm not 100% sure how.
Black, but the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
What does
So, and it's saying that, in this thing, it's saying conservatives are outraged while supporters say she said exactly what it needed to be said. I mean, you heard it. What are your thoughts? Are you offended by what she said about them folks? So, DJ DeWitt said, all over the ending of YP, disgusting. Baby, I was talking to Mama because, that situation in Minneapolis is far from over. Once everything comes down, I don't see that situation ending too well, but who am I? DJ DeWitt said all over the ending of YS. Baby, if they feel like their stuff is in jeopardy or at threat. But that's why I said that the situation in Minneapolis, I've never seen them this angry before. So they might do, not saying, but they might. But if I have any new folks and you're just joining Discussions with Dee Dee Parker, welcome to my Twitch fam. So we're talking about Jasmine Crocket. And she's facing some backlash after calling after calling what we're saying immigration, the folks that pick up the immigrants, Bud, we call them, giving them a nickname. She referred to them as slave patrollers. Now, I don't know how true this is again, but according to a report, they're saying that folks are now calling for her resignation. Jasmine, girl, you better not do it. And I know she ain't gonna do it. Don't do it, girl, but take a listen to the audio.
Black, but the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
what does that
Well, Mama said she spoke the truth. No lie detected. It is modern day slavery. Hey, Doe. So, we're speaking on Jasmine Crocket today. She made some comments, that are calling for her resignation. I don't see Jasmine Crocket stepping down anytime soon. Again, Jasmine, she is a strong individual. She's not like that, Marjorie, whatever lady that tried to come for her. So I don't see her stepping down. But, after you heard the audio, I'll play it again. Did you feel any type of way about what she said? And does this really warrant her resignation? I'm just saying.
Let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
what does that do
Offended and
All right,
try to
so somebody else said the same freedom of speech y'all have and used recklessly she has. DJ DeWitt said, and she shouldn't. I hope she wins her Senate race. So, yeah, we shall see. Midterms are going to be very, 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 very interesting. I believe we got 4 different women running for the mayoral election. I know Keisha Lance Bottoms here in Georgia is running. Is it mayor? No, governor. I'm sorry. 4 women running to be governor that will be in the governor's race this upcoming, I believe it's this year. So yeah, Keisha Lansbottom for Georgia, she is running to be governor. That's going to be interesting right there. It'll be interesting to see who runs against her, because I think this is it for our governor, Brian Kemp. So interesting. But we're talking about Jasmine Crocket. Are you still there? Yeah, it is MLK Day. Happy MLK Day once again. Folks, and I already know what folks these is, but folks is mad that Jasmine Crocket called Bud, which is the folks for immigration that pick up the immigrants. She called Bud. She called them slave patrollers. So allegedly, there's some folks that want her job. But again, I feel like the person that said the freedom of speech y'all have, because I don't see nobody clocking the man. And when he be saying stuff, because he be saying some wild stuff, I be like, boy, yeah, he be saying some wild stuff. So, and gets away with it. So I don't understand what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? Those are her feelings. That's her opinion. And again, so I'm going to play the Taste Slam. We're talking about Jasmine Crocket facing some backlash for calling, we could say thank you, calling ICE slave patrollers. Here she is again talking about it. No relationship stuff today, y'all.
Black, but the
It's
reality
MLK
is
Day.
that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
I just want to know. Anyway, somebody else said she said what she said. And somebody else said she speaks. I mean, going back to that situation in Minneapolis. I mean, and it was another situation where was that? It just happened to where it was border patrol that I think they shot somebody in the leg or something like that. But I can't remember where that happened. It wasn't in Minneapolis though. Slim said backlash for what? So Slim, some folks out there allegedly are calling for Jasmine Crockett's job because they didn't like that she called ICE slave patrollers. So the question is, are folks going too far with this resignation thing? I mean, are they going too far? What did she say that offended you? Because I know on YouTube, and I didn't even give YouTube a shout out. What up, YouTube? Thank you to my new subscribers. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. YouTube, thank you for watching. Twitch is up and active. Appreciate you, Twitch. And of course, IG Live. But I know I'm probably going to have some folks on YouTube in my comments talk about, what you mean? What you mean? She definitely deserves, she definitely needs to step down. She shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Folks say a lot of stuff that they shouldn't be saying, but things are said and no repercussions are had. So and I know we are not held to the same standards, but I'm just saying, so willing to dish it out, not willing to take it though. So you got to make it make sense. I love Jasmine Crocket. I love the fact that she stands on business. So she, and it's like what this person said. She said what she said. You know what I'm saying? That's what she is witnessing to her. So, her feelings. New folks, welcome to Discussions with DT Parker. Talking about Jasmine Crocket. She's getting some backlash. But what else is new? Because it wouldn't be Jasmine. They get mad about her for everything she say. She's getting some backlash after she called ICE slave patrollers. Slim said, depending on the platform, you got to be careful what you say, especially when you look like we do. You're right. You're right, Slim. I would say this. If you have one of those type of jobs, you definitely have to be careful on what you say. But she's gone toe to toe with these people, in the government. And I understand you say you got to watch what you say, but it's like they've said worse things about her. They called her ghetto. They told her to meet them outside. Had Jasmine Crocket told somebody, if she was the one that said that, meet me outside. Do you understand how that would have looked? But because it was somebody that doesn't look like us who said it, oh, it's not a problem. That's absolutely a problem. You can't tell no black person to meet them outside them fighting works. I mean, where I come from, meet you outside. And Jasmine, she handles it. She straight to the chin. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, Slim, but again, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? This is the problem not you, Slim. This is the problem I have with people. Don't throw your hand and then try to hide it after you throw it. Nah, you're going to have to stand on that. So that's all I'm saying. Don't hide the hand once you throw it. Don't do it. So, welcome new folks. Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. Happy MLK Day. We're talking about Jasmine Crocket. I was trying to keep it light, but this story caught my eye. So I was like, let's talk about it. It's MLK Day. So, and MLK was all about what? Okay, whatever MLK meant to you. And don't let them folks. I hope you didn't go to work today. I hope you enjoyed your 3-day weekend. But anyway, Jasmine Crocket, some folks is big mad at her. So she's getting backlash for saying ICE was, what did she say? After calling ICE slave patrollers. So allegedly there's some folks that want her to resign. If I have any new people, I'm going to play this clip so you can hear the atrocity of it all. I'm just joking. Because baby, whoo, folks.
Let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history. But this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
What?
All right. New folks, I'm sorry because I keep getting new folks YouTube in and out, so I have to keep repeating it. But thank you, YouTube, for hanging out with me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow Twitch. And of course, IG Live, where we do this every day. We are talking about Jasmine Crocket. She's getting some backlash for calling ICE slave patrollers. The clip that I was just playing, that was her talking about it. Allegedly, there are some folks calling for her resignation. So today's chat is, is it that serious? I gotta ask, is it that serious? Because some of the things that I have heard and seen, are a lot more serious than what she has said. And I'm not defending anybody, but what I am saying is a lot more than what she has ever said and done. So, I don't get it. I just think, Slim, that she's a target because, again, she's a black woman with a voice. And they ain't used to that. Anytime you are a black woman, opinionated, okay, confident, and you don't have no fear, they scared of that. That intimidates them, especially them YT men. They don't like that. They want their women quite submissive and in the corner. And I'm just joking. Tasha said, as she should. Is it that serious? She ain't lying. Baby, is it ever that serious, Tasha? Slim said, I agree. And I feel like that's the problem. Anything I feel like she says is always going to be targeted. But then again, they could tell her to go and meet them outside. And it's not a problem. Again, if she had said that, oh, she's ghetto. She doesn't deserve to be. She doesn't deserve to sit with us. Telling she wants to beat me up. I feel threatened. Yeah. Slim said, I'm not disagreeing with you. But I know you're not. I get what you're saying. But I just feel like, we've done enough of that. Sat there and silently, took it to the chest. So Chester said the problem is she has a real influence. So as she keeps calling a spade, hey Jonathan, they are going to hate her for pointing out the reality of the things. Again, I'm going to play this back because, again, I'm still trying to figure out the audacity of it all. So let's do it. I know you live out there. That's why I'm glad you're on here because, this is right up your alley. Here we
y'all
go.
never let the fact that I am black go. And so I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history. But this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
I mean, I know the answer to the question. I just don't understand how they have so much power. And I don't need you to answer the question because I know the answer to the question. I know who gave them the power and the authority to do what they do. But I don't ever remember them having this much power and authority. And talking to mama like I always do, I'm like, these people never went to the police academy or the police force. How were they able to carry it? But I know the answer to it. Because when my good sis, I believe that was in Philly, she said if they come with that rhetoric to her city, she locking their asses up. That's what she said. I loved it. And then they responded and said, we wish you might try. So I'm like, well, who has more power? The police or ICE? Because what do you mean to tell me that she can't lock them up? Again, I know the answers to all this. I'm just thinking out loud. Tasha said, I lived in her district all my life. Jazz is for the people, and she's not going to sugarcoat it, as she should not. We've done enough sugarcoating. Enough of the sugarcoating is over. Slim said, YT tired of that ICE-ish too. The whitest guy I know told me the other day they shooting YT people now. Me and mama had the conversation like we always do again this morning, and she was saying how in Minneapolis they have now started arming themselves. They're now carrying weapons. I guess the citizens there. So, Tasha said, look at her versus Colin Allred. Girl, they fear Jasmine. She has power in the community. I love Jasmine. I probably shouldn't, but yeah. DJ Dewitt said, these mega Republicans are scared that when we get into power, we will do them what they are doing to us at the moment. Is that what is going on? Hey, Super Pat. New folks, Jasmine Crocket. She's catching some smoke, some backlash for saying ICE are slave patrollers. Some folks calling for her resignation. Are we going too far with this? Slim said, the YT in Pittsburgh ain't with the mayor. Said we have no compliance with. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, I know the answers to this. Because I'm like, that, my good sis, I believe that was Philly when she said, you come to my city, I'm going to lock your asses up. And then they responded and said, I wish you might. That's why I'm like, so, like, are they on the same level? Like, the police, I would believe, would be higher than ICE, no? Or are they equals now? I'm just asking. So that's what we're talking about. Let me play this clip. For the folks that just hopped on here, here we go.
But the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history. But this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
What does that...
So, in this, they're saying conservatives are outraged while supporters say she said exactly what needed to be said. But why are they out? I would love to talk to one of these folks and maybe just, not understand. I want to know what made you mad about what she just said? What made you mad about what she just said? Hey, Shaw, what made you mad about what she just said? Because she didn't raise her voice. She said quorum. She just said they're slave patrollers. I guess that's an insult. How dare you, Jasmine, call them slave patrollers when they're supposed to be doing their job, right? But, all right, Tasha. But, yeah, it's crazy. Again, I just feel like, Jasmine's always going to get the brunt because, again, she's a vocal black woman who speaks her mind. So, in their opinion, and it's like they're afraid of her. DJ Jewett said they are offended. That is their problem. That's your problem. Like, what? Clock it, DJ Jewett. That's your problem. That is your problem if you are offended. I mean, right. Where was the lie? Where was the lie that she told? I mean, look at what happened, transpired in Minneapolis. What would you call them? You want to call them vigilantes? Because from that video, that ain't what I saw. Y'all saw that video. That ain't what I saw. And then there was another shooting. I forgot. I feel like it was in Oklahoma. But again, I don't want to say where it was and then I'd be wrong. But it was another, I believe it happened like back to back after the Renee Good thing. Then that happens. So, and it's going to be more incidents. I worry about what Minneapolis, what that going to look like once they finally decide to say, hey, Mr. Clifford, that they are not charging that man with that Renee Good's murder. What that going to look like. So, whew. That's going to be a mess. But it's MLK Day and we're all about peace today. But peace is not what they want to give us. Not messing with Jasmine Crocket because why they always got to come for sis. So, folks is big mad. Well, I won't say folks. There's some folks that are big mad at her. So she's catching some backlash after saying ICE and calling them slave patrols. Some folks allegedly calling for her resignation. Again, I saw only one place where they said they were calling for her resignation. Claudia Jordan said nobody wants her to resign. Who wrote the headline? The ops. That's hilarious. So, are they doing too much? Again, because I've heard a lot worse coming from that administration. I've heard a lot worse. So, and a lot worse I feel like was said to Jasmine Crocket. You know what I'm saying? Telling me to meet you outside. And Marjorie Green, I forgot what she said. She tried to comfort Jasmine Crocket. And Jasmine had to read her like the bad built blonde Becky. She was, I'm sorry, but she read her for Phil. She ate on that. So it's like, they come for her. She don't send for them. But she sure do read their ass and let them know. You come for me. Be prepared for what comes out of my mouth. So, I love it. I love the honesty. I love the transparency. And I believe, it's probably how a lot of, well, I won't say a lot because there's still a lot of folks that still side with that administration. But, there are some folks who wish that they could say what she said, and she just has the courage to say it. DJ Jewett said it's no secret that this administration has it in for black and brown people. Well, but then, DJ Jewett, you still have some of our folks that are still in support. And I just am like, how, Sway? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, how? If you are not, I feel like in that 1% tax bracket, and I think people out here making 100,000, six figures, is out here struggling now. I don't care what you say. I feel like they struggling just like us. You know, I feel like if you're not in that 1%, baby, it's over. It's over. Super Pad said, have to call out these politicians while you still have freedom of speech. Yeah, because that's probably about to come. And didn't we talk about martial law? Because like I said, if that thing goes south out there in Minneapolis, again, I worry for those folks out there. Because if that thing goes south out there in Minneapolis, there's enough of them folks, they are mad about Renee Good. They mad. They mad. So, when and if they come to that conclusion, but we all know we know what it's gonna be. But I was again talking to Mama, and I'm like, Mama, they're gonna wait, and because right now in Minneapolis tensions are very high. I said they're not going to do anything right now. What they're doing is, because they know us, they're going to give us a moment to get out of our feelings, to calm down, and when they feel like the smoke and the dust has settled, they'll make the announcements in the dock, and you won't even, it'll probably be so swept under the rug, you probably won't even hear about it. That's when they'll make the announcement, thinking that folks won't care anymore, but I don't know about that. DJ Dewitt said MLK and Juneteenth you have to pay to get in. Yep, international parks and museums. That includes the Civil Rights Museum and the MLK Center that used to be free. It was free on Saturday, the MLK Civil Rights Center, but it is not free today. So, and that's a damn shame. A damn shame. That was changed. It's like slowly but surely he wants to take a piece of our history. So the crazy thing, and like we've been saying, at least this sister is brave enough to go against the odds. So, and I don't believe this resignation thing. I think they gaslighting. You know, some of these outlets be trying to gaslight you. I don't believe they're calling for her resignation. This is my first time hearing about a resignation. But then again, they could be, because you know how them folks get their panties in a bunch. So they could be, but is it that serious? Because come on, think about some of the things that have come out of that man's mouth on national television, unapologetically too, by the way. He has no chill button, no chill factor. So her calling ICE slave patrollers, again, please, you too, because I know some of y'all gonna be in my comments, please tell me where you're offended by this, by the message, by what she said. Please explain it, break it down. You know, I feel like I am a very understanding person when it comes to things. So you're going to have to make this thing make sense, because the math ain't mathing. But yeah, just craziness. Again, the things that we worry about, the things that they try to distract us from. So just pay attention to the distractions, because they're everywhere. So again, I don't feel like this was anything for folks to get their panties in a bunch about. But then again, I'm not you, so I don't know, you know what I'm saying? This might make you feel a type of way. But I got a couple of things that made me feel a type of way about what they said about Jasmine. Especially Marjorie, whatever her name is, Green, who's no longer even considering politics, because she had one little threat. Unlike, I'm sure, Jasmine, who gets millions of threats from folks, but she's still staying in the game. Marjorie couldn't even, girl, that's what, you weak. DJ Dewitt said he just recently gave somebody the finger and told them F you. And the White House said it was appropriate. Embarrassing. Now, when you ever known a sitting president to do some mess like that, can you imagine? Can you imagine if Barack Obama did some mess like that? Oh my goodness. They would be calling for his impeachment immediately. Oh no. We got to impeach him, because that is not how a sitting president is supposed to act. So when that man when y'all call for his resignation, then let's have a conversation. But until then, there's nothing to talk about. So, and hey Joey Cakes, we're talking about Jasmine Crocket today. Happy MLK Day. I kind of wanted to keep it, MLK-ish, because I feel like she is doing black people's work, if that makes sense, Jasmine Crocket. I mean, you can feel however you want to, but I do feel like she's doing black people's work. Or you want to, she's doing the Lord's work. But she's under fire. She's getting some backlash for calling ICE slave patrols. Allegedly, folks are calling for her to resign. I don't know how true that is. I'll play this clip because it's been a minute and we do have some new folks. So bear with me.
I'm too black, but the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
What does that?
No, DJ do it. He wore a tan suit and they was in uproar calling, Ty, calling for his resignation. No, say it isn't so. That is crazy. Hey, Kurt, we're talking about Jasmine Crocket. She's catching some backlash. Hey, Kristen, talking about Jasmine Crocket. She's catching some backlash for calling ICE slave patrollers. Allegedly they're calling for her resignation. Again, I saw this on one news outlet that said that was calling for her resignation. Claudia Jordan said nobody wants her to resign. Who wrote this headline? The Ops. That was funny. But yeah, who wrote this headline? Because again, I can think of way worse things that have been said. Is this going too far? Are we not going too far with this? Calling for her resignation. Come on now. You can't be serious. For what? Again, let me know what the offense was. Hey, Chef, let me know where you were offended at. And then, because I feel like, again, I'm a very understanding person. So, and I like to, listen to folks, hear their side. But again, you got to let me know where were you offended by that statement. Hey, Still. Talk about Jasmine Crocket. I got new folks coming in. Happy MLK Day. Hopefully you're enjoying your 3-day weekend on this MLK Day. MLK would have been 97 years young, y'all. Can you believe it? And, as I'm sitting here reminiscing, I'm like, damn, 97. Hey, Hefe. MLK went through some stuff. So, Hefe, we're talking about Jasmine Crocket today. Hey, JB. She's catching some backlash after calling ICE slave patrollers. Allegedly, some folks calling for her resignation. I don't know how true that is, but yeah. And I was just reflecting, happy Monday, happy MLK Day. I was just reflecting on MLK, how he would have been 97. Like, would he have been disappointed in the black community? Would he have cussed us out like, I did all that damn work and you ninjas still didn't get it right? I'm just saying. Like, y'all have me fighting blood, sweat, and tears, marching, getting beat up, got shot, and y'all still did not right. I'm just saying. I'm just joking. I'm laughing because those things, like, would he been a straight with MLK? Nah, I'm not. Rest in peace, Martin Luther King Jr. F.A., I'm trying to let you on. Let's see. There you are. F.A.
What's up?
All right, your favorite person, Jasmine Crocket, is catching some backlash after calling ICE slave patrollers.
Man,
Now some folks is calling for her resignation. Are we going too far with this? And then I'm have you take a listen to this video. Here we go.
But the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm going to be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
What does?
All right. So, F.A., what are your thoughts? Too far?
you know, the Democrat Party, especially these black Democrat leaders, politicians, is really making a mockery of black people. You really
Uh-oh. F.A., what happened? Wait, no, what happened? Hold on. Trying to get FA off here. FA, that's the weirdest thing. Hold on, yeah, I apologize. It just froze on FA because it did have him in here and then it let him off. Mama said not far enough. I was trying to get to FA's point of view because he was about to go in. So let's see if we can get him back. I hope I don't have to log off. I see my mama said not far enough. FA, I don't know what happened to you. I'm trying to let you back in. Not far enough. DJ Dewar said God did. He cut him off. He was about to say something. You know what, DJ Dewar? You was a damn. He said God did. Wait, DJ Dewar said God did. Not messing with y'all today. But now I can't get him off my screen. I'm trying to get it back in, and I don't want to end the live. Hold on, y'all. I apologize. Yeah, it won't let me get him off my screen now. Y'all can see me still, right? Mama said right, DJ Do It. Y'all are hilarious. He was about to give his... Okay, FA. FA. Okay, it's spinning. So that means he about to come. There you go, FA. FA. I can hear you, but I can't hear you. FA?
When you got
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you now.
Hey, good money.
Okay. You were about to say something about the Democrats, FA.
No, I was saying these black politicians
Okay.
and the Democrat Party, to me, like these liberal whites and all of them, to me, it's just making them. One thing I don't like is when people misuse slavery or when they make false comparisons to slavery. I don't like when the athletes do it. I don't like when nobody do it. I'm like, oh, it's like we slaves or something. It's like, no, it's nothing like what we going to do is like what they went through. I just think it's a disrespectful and it's a disservice to our ancestors that really went through something way more severe than these little weak ass comparisons, in my opinion. Now, we talk like, yeah, she went too far. She went too far. That's ridiculous. And to me, it was counterproductive because if we want others to see how black people tend to be viewed, through a racial stereotypical lens, we can't be crying wolf, calling things similar to slavery that are not actually similar to slavery because then the listener is going to be dismissive all the time. And if our goal is to try to get them to have some level of understanding, then you just can't be calling stuff slavery or even racist that don't fit the bill. It's plenty of other stuff that you can call racist. You don't have to say it's like they on slave patrols. Stop it now. You're like, what are you talking about?
So what would you call it then, FA? If it's not that,
I
then
will call it, okay, I will call them they doing it. Okay, this is what I'll say. I'm open to y'all, anybody explaining to me the problem, honestly, because I don't see a problem with what the ICE is doing. Now, I'm open to somebody explaining to me what their issue is. I heard they said they're harassing citizens. They're not harassing citizens. Some of them are not citizens. They're doing their job. They they are trying to get illegal immigrants out of the country. Well, I don't. I mean, I'm sorry, criminals. Because if you want me to be technical, they came in the country illegally. That makes them. That means they committed a crime, which now makes them a criminal. So they're trying to get criminals out of the country. Right now, I'm not no super pro America. I'm not trying to put a cape on for anything. I am an American, but I don't understand. I just don't understand why people are upset with people coming in this country illegally and this agency that was created to be able to keep illegal people out of this country is now doing their job. Somebody just tell me why that's a problem.
I think it's how they're going about doing their job. That lady, Renee Good in Minneapolis, she was a U.S. citizen. Do you think
Yeah,
they
but she
would?
was a criminal
How was she a criminal?
because she was stopped them on multiple occasions, stopping them from being able to do their job. Now she just committed a crime. By turning her car sideways, stopping them and blocking them is a crime. It's called obstruction. That's called a crime. You go to jail for that. right? And then you try to run one of them over with your car. Or at least that's what it looked like. I'm not gonna go back and forth with people say that's not her intent. I don't know her intent. You don't know her intent. What I do know is she pulled off aggressively in that car in the direction of a law enforcement officer. I'm not here to cape for them. I'm just telling you, if you do that, you can get shot. It's just I don't know why people acting like they don't know that now. Oh,
Okay.
okay, go ahead.
No, no, no. I want to read some of these comments. DJ Dewitt said, "Oh shit, God, please do it again." Mama said, "Why is it not like slavery? They are rounding people up, putting them someplace where they have no rights." DJ Dewitt said, "This wasn't the first time, GD." Mama said, "Fa, you don't see that what they are doing is a problem. You are the problem." Joey said, "So she deserved to get shot in the face."
Oh, I'll gladly answer all of that. First of all, you're not saying anything. You're saying what they're doing is a problem, is a problem. What are they doing? I keep asking y'all to explain what they're doing. That's one. Two, is not like slavery, okay? Illegal immigrants that come in this country illegally are not slaves, okay? So it's not like slavery, okay? They're not getting whipped with chains, being raped, being sodomized, being sold off into slavery. So they're not like slaves. Let's stop disrespecting our ancestors, even making it seem like illegal immigrants who work here, eat here, live places, do all these different places are like slaves. So let's just stop that. And Joey Cakes, it's not about her it's not it's not about her deserving to be shot in the face. I believe that if somebody break in your house and you shoot them and you happen to shoot them in the face, did that person deserve to be shot in the face? All I'm saying is if you do something, you get a response. It's not about if somebody deserved it or not. That's up to you. What I'm saying is if somebody try to hit me with a car, I'm gonna shoot them too. That's just my opinion.
But
I
okay.
don't have an issue with that.
You don't feel like they could have possibly diffused that situation a little bit differently?
No, I don't know. I watched the video 100 times. I've had this discussion several times. I don't believe you can when you got these people who are passionate about whatever cause that they're passionate about. She's not trying to be diffused. Well, how much diffusing can you do when an officer tell you to get out the vehicle? They tell them to get out the vehicle. How was she diffusing by turning the wheel and accelerating away? Expect grown-ups. Why we don't hold these grown-ups accountable for their actions? Did the officers make her turn away and slam on the gas to try to flee? Did the officers make her do that?
But he also didn't have to shoot her either.
Yeah.
Fa, like
No,
just
no.
like
Oh, but he could.
he had options that officer had, whatever he is. Because again, my thing lies with this: when did and I know who gave them the power, right? But Officer Ice, are these people even on the same level?
Yes, they're law enforcement. Yes, they are.
Did they go to the police academy?
And they went. Yes, they went to a academy. Sure. I don't know about police academy. Everybody, all these federal agencies go to a academy. Most of them go to I forgot what they call it, Glencoe or hey,
Because
hey,
I
what's
know,
the federal academy that a lot of those federal police departments go to? Flex. No, but where's it at? In Georgia. It's Flexi. It's called Flexi. Go ahead.
but I would never think they would be on the level as law enforcement.
I know, and I can tell. That's why she got shot in the face. You know what I mean? Because she thought that too, and she found out. This is the penalties of ignorance. Sometimes not knowing something will shape the way you act. But they can't help that you don't know, right? It's not their fault that you don't know that you think you can do whatever you want.
But if they did, okay, so assuming what you're saying is true, that they went
Right,
to law enforcement school, then they
right.
know de-escalate situations like that. No,
You don't y'all have a misunderstanding of what de-escalation is. Y'all don't
as
y'all
officers, I think your last protocol is to go for your gun. You are supposed to employ. That's what I
that's
thought.
not true. Well, no, that's not true. My
Unless
first
you feel like your life is in danger.
No, no, no. It's not just that. It's if
Okay.
you're being presented with a threat that can cause serious bodily injury or death. So if a person got a knife in their hand, they can pull out a gun right away. That could be the first thing they do. It don't have to be the last thing they do. Because the threat in front of them that's being presented to them can cause serious bodily injury or death. So they can pull out a gun immediately. They don't have to talk them down with all this de-escalation stuff. They can try if it's feasible, but if they 5 feet away from them, they don't have to try to de-escalate. De-escalation is only if it's feasible, like it's actually time enough to be able to do it. You don't have to try to de-escalate something that particular law enforcement officer may feel like he can't. Some things don't have enough time to de-escalate.
He could have definitely shot her with a taser gun
But I think
and been definitely.
right, but
He didn't have
okay, maybe he could have. But I think what y'all don't know is it's not so the rules of engagement for law enforcement is not opinionated. It's not about DD feeling like what he could have done or
to.
anybody not signaling you out. I'm saying like anybody particularly feeling like what they could have done. They got set rules. And they say, hey, you can use this level of force when this level of force is being presented to you. Then they say you can use this level of force when this level of force is being presented to you. So it's not a matter of what he could have done. This is why they say, was it justified or was it not justified? Justified just means was he acting within the rules that were set? And the rules that were set was he could use deadly force. That's it. It don't matter if he chose to use a taser or if he chose not to do anything at all. What it says is if he did use deadly force, then he would be justified. And that's up to him. That's all I'm saying. It ain't a matter of what we think he should do. All I'm saying is he had the authority to use the force, the level of force that he did use.
Okay, let me read some of these comments. Mama said they are killing people and putting eyes out, going to buildings where black people live in the middle of the night, making them stand outside. Joey Cake said this has
Boy.
nothing to do with immigration reform. It has everything to do with preparation for martial law. And are there no European illegals? Me and Mama was talking about that today. DJ Dewitt said all you got to do, Didi, is and hit the X button. Mama said
Yeah.
she was a U.S. citizen, not an immigrant. And it's in the corner on that side. Okay, DJ Dewitt. Mama said Trump Academy, KKK, and skinheads. January 6th, resurrection. It's restoration. I think that's what she's trying to say. Joey Cake said, now they say that Obama deported more illegal immigrants than Trump. I don't recall the public outrage when Obama did it. This is a racist attack, point blank, period. DJ Jewett said Jesus, and Joey Cake said, so we should sit back, do nothing, and whatever happens, happens. Come on, man. You know that black people are next. And Mama said,
No,
wait.
I don't know
And Mama
that. No, I don't know.
until they start coming for us. See if you feel that same way. All right, FA. You still there? He's spinning. Whew. Boy, you unpack a lot. We'll see if FA is still there. Whew. I don't even know where to even go after that. Again. FA.
Can you hear me? My bad, my
Yeah,
phone went out.
yeah, okay. You want to respond to the comments?
Yeah, uh, I'm
Mama,
trying to think.
Mama said wait until they start coming for us.
Well,
See,
listen, I don't know. I don't have any reason to think that would happen. I think that's you just, you just propagating. You know what I mean? Like, what reason do you think that what they're going to do? Start deporting black people? I mean, like African Americans? Is that what you're saying? They're going to deport us? What are they going to deport us to? Is that what you really think is going to happen? No, I don't. I don't like to deal with these like crazy extremes. Like, oh, before you know it, they're going to start kicking out niggas. I remember when the Democrats were saying when Trump won that we was going to go back to slavery. Remember, I would hear these extreme, just outrageous things like, oh man, you just don't know Trump is going to put us back in slavery. I was just hearing all these ridiculous extremes. So
yeah.
no, I don't believe when you just say these things, they don't mean nothing to me.
Joey Cake said, let's all apply for ICE jobs and see if we get hired. Mama said, FA is in denial. That light skin not gonna save you.
I'm not
Um,
light skinned, first of all. And second of all, I'm not looking to be saved. I got plenty of guns. So if they come for me, then I'm gonna go out burning. You heard? If it's unjustly. But I just don't understand why y'all think illegal immigrants that come in this country illegally should not be deported. It just to me, y'all all sound kind of ignorant. 'Cause if you go to Mexico and you go
I
to Mexico illegally,
okay. I don't think
huh?
they're not. I don't think that's what they're saying. I don't think they're not saying
I
this.
don't hear, but I don't hear what they saying because I don't hear. All I hear is just a bunch of like baseless allegations. They keep saying stuff like, "Let me read one up." They keep saying stuff like, they killing people. She just said they killing people and putting eyes out. What they
Yeah.
talking about? Like it's just baseless little stuff. Let me tell you something. If they was putting black people out, like I'm assuming when she say black people, she talk about African Americans, not like some illegal like Africans, like Somalians and some of the other places
No,
where
she's
they.
saying African. Yeah, she's saying African American people.
Right. That would be all over CNN if they putting black niggas out on the street for over ICE. I promise you it'd be all that would be all the Democrat Party needs. I'm just letting you know they would love that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen these things. I started off this conversation with this saying, educate me. I'm asking you. I don't
But
know what
FA,
all of
do
this
have a
hoopla
point.
is about.
FA, they do have a point because it seems like he's deporting certain immigrants. It's not everybody he's deporting. Because I
Yeah,
have yet I see him deport anybody from Cuba, them Cubans in
well,
Miami.
listen, I disagree with that because yeah, first of all, y'all know this ain't nothing but a Google search away. And they tell you all of the different nationalities that they have deported. That's one. Two, I do not find it. I'm not surprised that maybe a lot of his immigrations have to do are targeting like the Latino community, like Mexicans and so on and so forth, because obviously he staged this whole presidency around the border, around Mexico coming in here bringing in drugs. One of the reasons why he just threatened Mexico if they've been blowing up boats that's been bringing coke drugs into the country. So I'm not surprised because he got an issue. And they are the largest illegals in this country. Like the majority of the illegals in this country are people from Mexico, or I'm pretty sure of that. And they're using that Mexican route, meaning like that connection that they have to the border of Texas and so on and so forth. So it's just not. I'm not saying that he shouldn't. Immigration shouldn't go for Europeans too. I'm definitely okay with that as well. I'm just saying I'm also not surprised that if the topic has been geared around a lot of the illegal immigrants coming around Mexicans, then I'm not surprised that a lot of them are Mexican. I mean, like, what are we talking about, y'all?
I
And
mean,
he going for.
I get
Go ahead.
assertion when he spoke during these when he was running for presidency. I didn't get it being centered around I just specific Mexicans. I thought it was going to be for everybody.
No, it was everyone. Don't get me wrong, but he would make points that would lead you to believe because would bring up the border of Mexico because the majority of the illegal immigrants that come in this country come through the borders of Mexico. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that's I'm not saying he said he's specifically going for Mexicans. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of deportations are Mexicans. I wouldn't be surprised at that because they're the largest. They're the largest amount of illegals that we have in this country and people from Venezuela. So essentially everybody, like a lot of them from South America.
Yeah. My, not mama. DJ Dewitt said, "Fa, you don't think we're next, so you want to fuck
I
around and
don't.
okay." Mama said, "Why wouldn't they?" He said, "Send us back to Africa," was his statement. And Mama said, "They are not all immigrants." Joey Cake said, "Only natives are real Americans. We're all immigrants."
That's
Um,
not true.
and Mama said, "It's not baseless. It's facts. It was on the news. Where you been? Look it up. It was
No,
Chicago."
tell me what it is though. Please, can you tell me what it is?
She
Go
said it
ahead.
was Chicago where they went into an apartment building. Google it. Um, DJ said, Lord, let his be quiet, DJ do it. Joey Cake said, I haven't seen any Chinese immigrants reported. I ate at their restaurant last night. You know what, Joey Cakes? I'm not
Well,
messing
go
with you.
online and Google it. Just because you ain't see it don't mean it didn't happen, y'all. We got to stop being so closed-minded, right? Go Google it. They got stats and statistics for every race and the percentage and the amount that has been deported, y'all. Just because you didn't see it don't mean it didn't happen. And you also got to know on both sides, the left and the right, they what fuels the news is whatever y'all want to see. So they're gonna often show you things that supports your hateful position in any direction. If you hate Donald Trump, the news articles that you get is usually going to be things that will promote more things for you to hate about him, right? And then if you love Donald Trump, then some of those news outlets that you use are going to be probably showing him more in a favorable light. So just because you ain't seen it, don't mean just go do the research. I'm just out of us black people. Can we just go think? Can we go do the research?
So do you
Just
think?
because we ain't see it, don't mean it didn't happen, y'all.
So do you think F.A. Jasmine Crockett needs to step down after these? After this comment?
I think so. I don't know if she. I don't like her comment. I don't know as far as her being having to step down. I think she should apologize to black people. I
Why?
think at the minimum she should apologize. 'Cause I think
True.
it's disrespectful to our ancestors.
For
I
saying
think
that.
it's this my
Go ahead.
for comparing illegal for comparing criminals that broke into the country, right? That get to work, eat, sleep, got housing, have all of these rights as an illegal immigrant, and compare them to black people who were raped, sodomized, whipped, beat, all kind of
Things happen.
horrific things. To try to say that that's similar is disrespectful to our ancestors, and I think I take offense to that. I take extreme offense to that. To try to say they're not even remotely close. They're not even remotely close.
So you take offense because like she's comparing our struggle to the immigrant struggle.
A struggle. It ain't even got to be my struggle. Just a struggle. That comparable. Yeah, I might be a little more passionate about it because I am black, but that struggle is not comparable to this struggle. And
I
she should not use that. She shouldn't have used that as an example. And and really it is a she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing by saying that. Like she knew that would to me rally up certain people. You know what I'm saying? And as a black person, I find that highly offensive. I find that highly disrespectful and inconsiderate to us to be misusing that like that. Now, y'all may think it's a joke and, oh, it ain't that big of a deal. No, it's a big deal to me. I know I did my ancestry and I know some of the family members in my family that were slaves. I know them by name. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Joey Cake said she owes me no apology. I don't need no
Okay.
apology. I don't need it. Um, I don't know. Because again, I want to play this back one more time before we hop off here. I'm trying to see why I should be offended. I just don't. I'm not offended
Try
by
to say I'm black, but the
Right.
reality, y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm gonna be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrol, and they have
Oh
been
my God. It's hard for me to hear.
it.
what
Thank you are
It
not.
really is. I know. Maybe I'm taking it real personal. I'm being honest. I'm taking it personal. I think it's modern day slave control. I just think it's disrespectful to our ancestors to be comparing people that are not in the same or similar situation than our people was in. It's just not fitting. You know what I mean? And I think that we should protect our ancestors like how Jewish people protect their ancestors. They don't allow they don't allow people to just use non-comparable comparisons to their people and my opinion, play with their ancestors. But black people, us, it's just like, nah, it's no big deal. That's because y'all might need to go look at some of the things that we actually went through as people. You know what I mean? We should
Okay.
actually be more
So
sensitive.
if we take out slave patrols,
Right,
if
right.
we take that out,
Yeah.
would you still have a point?
I would just disagree with her point, but I wouldn't have an issue with her having a different opinion than me. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't have an issue with people having an issue with ICE. My question was when I first got on here was, can someone explain to me what the issue is? I'm telling you, I don't know. What I've gathered, all I see is ICE agents trying to deport illegal immigrants. That's what I see. So if
I
somebody can educate me on something else,
some of their actions are very reckless. I mean, that again, you said that the police have whatever or whatever way of de-escalate. I just think that could have been a lot differently, so that young lady could still be here for her family. You know what I'm saying? Because
I think what we,
they
my
don't
bad,
want
go ahead.
their life. At the end of the day, they want to go home to their family.
Right, and she didn't want to. I think this is where we differ. This is just where we differ, and I see it. You don't. You think people. You think that her actions, her reckless actions, shouldn't have caused her to die. My position is her reckless actions caused her to die. Do you understand the difference in what I just said?
But I think folks do reckless shit every day, and
Right, and some of them die. And some of them die, and that come with it. And some people overdose. Some people smoke. Some people take perks and pills all the time and be fine. And some people take pills and die on the first time. You do reckless stuff. You playing with your own life. You playing with your own life. And I think she was
as
selfish. Actually, I
officer
think she was extremely selfish.
as an officer of the law, you are sworn
Yeah.
in to protect and serve the people. So
Yes.
she was an American citizen. I just
Right.
it hits
Yeah,
a little.
but they got a responsibility to protect themselves too, though. It ain't just protect everybody else. They get to
But
protect themselves too.
I can't tell that man how to do his job because I don't know what I would do in that moment or that situation. But for me, you could have pulled out a taser. You didn't have to. You and you shot her in the head. Like
Right.
the war don't usually people cops do warning shots to even in front of
No, that's why I say Hollywood and TV has given people the wrong impression. This is why y'all have these ideas that are not true. They're not true. Law enforcement are not trained to shoot at giving out warning shots. You would never give out. That's a movie. You can't give out a warning shot. That's actually illegal for officers to do. They can't shoot out tires. That's illegal. Okay, these are reckless acts. You cannot use what they call shooting a gun is considered deadly force. You can't use deadly force as a warning. That's not you cannot do that. That's considered reckless. So what I know when we talk to people is because you guys are just not educated. I'm not saying that as a diss. I'm saying you're not educated. So when you give opinions, it's coming from a place of ignorance because you guys believe that law enforcement can do certain things that they can't do, and
I
then y'all
just
also believe as law enforcement can do things that they can't do.
I watch Investigation Discovery, a lot of it, and I watch a lot of body cam things. Uh, they don't immediately go for the gun. They use pepper spray. They'll use their taser. He did none of the above. He straight went for his gun. Hold on, let me read some of these comments, Fa, and then get your final thoughts together, and we're gonna wrap this up.
DD. I'm sorry, my phone went out. All I heard was I watched something Discovery,
Oh,
Investigation Discovery.
Discovery, and I watch a lot of these body camera videos, like actual
Right,
footage. I don't
right.
the office. They'll go to like maybe their pepper spray or a taser before they use the deadly force, and they'll warn them multiple times. Like, listen,
Well,
I'm
but the law says when. Okay, that's true, but every situation is different, and I need you to know. Remember, something is considered justified or not justified. It's not a matter of what another officer would do. I like to give this example. There's a man with a knife. He's 20 feet away. I gave you a gun. I gave you a gun. I gave DD. I gave another man a gun, and I gave myself a gun. That man runs. He's 20 feet away. He say, he say, I'm gonna kill you, and charges at you with a knife. Right at 20 feet away. Just give me a number. When you are you gonna shoot at him?
if he's coming at me,
Yeah. In the scenario, he coming at you.
yeah.
He is coming at you. All right, cool. At what? It's hard to do because I wish we had it. But at what distance do you think you will shoot when he? Like,
If
how close do you think he would be when before you
if
pull that trigger?
if he and I
He's
warn him,
20 feet away.
I warn him stop,
Yeah,
don't move, and
yeah.
it shoot you. I'm gonna give you
So,
a warning before I shoot your ass.
all right. So you gave him a warning. Let's just say that was feasible. You gave him a warning. He's starting to charge at you from 20 feet away. Just hypothetically speaking, name the footage probably hard because you may not be familiar with this, but just give me an idea of when you think you would pull the trigger. 18 feet, 19 feet, 17 feet. He's closing the distance.
I don't know. Because I don't know how,
Right.
like, as a shooter, I'm not very
I'm
good.
just assuming you shoot really good. You're going to pop him as
No.
soon as you pull the gun.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I know you can't. I'm just
Oh.
making the
Well,
point of
I,
the scenario is just go ahead.
before he gets close enough to try to hurt me, yeah.
So, how far away do you think that is?
Shoot, I'm going to start shooting it. If he starts charging 15,
So,
15,
so okay,
up.
cool. So you might pull the trigger at 15 feet. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Somebody else might pull the trigger at 18 feet. I might not pull the trigger until 7 feet away. Which one was right?
All of them, right?
I didn't shoot. All of them are right. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You can't determine all of them will be justified. That's the point. It doesn't matter if a person when they decided to use that level of force, as long as they was authorized to use that level of force. How about this? I didn't shoot. I pulled out pepper spray and sprayed them. Let's just say that's what I did. I
Hmm.
didn't shoot at all. Was the other two people not justified because they shot him and I sprayed them with pepper spray?
I wouldn't say they wouldn't be justified. No, you.
But what you say? But I've seen other videos where officers sprayed them. So why didn't they spray them?
I mean, I guess it depends. I guess it just depends on the officer. Because
There we go. So that's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm
The point is deadly force was justified. That's all I'm saying. It was just whether you decide to use that level of threat is up to you. But if it's authorized, if it's justified to use it, that's all that matters. So when people say, I've seen other videos and they didn't do that, they don't have to do it. But could they have done it? Question is, could they have done it? And they would have been able to do it. They just did.
hold on, Evan. Let me because we got a lot of comments. Joey Cake said, "Google the ICE agent that raped an illegal while she was locked up." Sheesh.
Yeah, people do bad things.
Mama said a president should not be sending people of American soil. Trump should be impeached, period. Joey Cake said Jasmine is on the front line and here's conversations that we don't. Uh, Mama said, I think Epe has a problem with what she said because she's a female. Jo-
Not really.
Joey Cake said, so have you ever been offended at anything that Trump has said? And I'll let you answer that.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. I'll let you. You want
Yeah.
me to answer it now?
You can go ahead.
No, I didn't like the fact that he took I think Martin Luther King Day and what's the black one? Shit. Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth. He made it no longer free to get in certain national parks, but he made it free for his birthday, which I thought was kind of, that's kind of a petty thing, but I thought that was kind of racist because it was two holidays that directly is tied to black people. So I was like, what was the purpose of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the first? So yeah.
Okay, Efe. Mama said, Efe, I just explained you are choosing not to listen. Black people are being targeted as well. Joey Cake said,
I don't
black,
have a problem with black people.
you can't be serious. Mama said she did not deserve to be killed. Talking about the lady in Minneapolis. So Joey Cake, so deadly force is a first option. And Mama said police are trained not to shoot at a moving vehicle. And law enforcement said, what if she had killed someone because the police decided to shoot her? And then she answered your thing from 3 feet. And Joey Cake said, sorry, Didi, I had to go throw up. And Mama said, so the police justified in choking George Floyd. And Mama said, all
Oh
right,
no, police wasn't justified in choking George Floyd. That's a totally different situation. You know what I want us black people to do? If y'all don't want them to paint us with a wide paintbrush, stop trying to paint others with wide paintbrushes. Now, George Floyd in this situation in Indianapolis is not even remotely the same. But to try to make the comparison is reckless. How they like, what if they just when a black person go to jail and he go to the court or to get his sentencing, y'all want to consider him as an individual. Y'all don't want him to just say, "Oh, well, the last black person that robbed somebody did it, so we're gonna give him 20 years," and then the next black person that robbed somebody, we're gonna give them 20 years. Y'all don't want them to do that, so don't do. Treat. Let's be sensible. Let's treat every situation individually, analyze it, and come with and get all the facts and circumstances, and come to an educated, well-informed decision. Stop trying to wildly paintbrush stuff that's not even relative. The George Floyd was not okay. I don't agree with that at all. But that's not even a comparable example. We been ignorant by just saying stuff like this.
I see what you're doing, FA. You live on a case by case scenario.
I really do. I
Yeah.
really do. I try to judge everything individually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really do.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're
I
doing.
think that's fair, though. I think,
I mean, I didn't find what she said offensive. I understand, comparing it to the slavery thing, because everybody likes to compare things to slavery and it'd be like, okay, well, you didn't go.
yeah, that's a bit much, right? Yeah.
But I mean, in her defense, the things that I've seen on TV from these agents, some of their stuff is inappropriate. Like what he just said about raping a little girl. Come on now, what are we doing?
But I
So,
think that that's an individual. That's not ICE as a whole. That's an individual that committed a crime and should be prosecuted to the fullest extent, right?
but they're don't they have immunity, right, for crimes that they've committed?
No, no, they have immunity from committing. No, that's see, these are lies.
I thought
No, if ICE agent, no, if
they.
ICE agent walks,
I thought that
no,
meant.
they got immunity. They have certain levels of immunity when they performing when they're performing their duties if they did it correctly.
Uh,
This agent can't walk outside, pull out their gun, and shoot somebody in the head. They're going to jail.
yeah,
That's not you don't get immunity. You can't rape people and say I got immunity. No, that's not true.
I bet he
He
did.
going to jail.
I bet he thought he had immunity. All right, Effa, you got final thoughts. Mom
Wait,
said people will say he resisted on drugs. Does that make it okay? She's talking about George Floyd. And Joey Cake said you can use the same logic about criminalizing illegals. All right, final thoughts for my folks
I
on.
guess the difference on that one. Oh, go ahead.
No, you got any final thoughts? He said,
Yeah, I think illegal. He said that we can say use the same thought when we criminalize illegals. I think illegals are criminals. I think that's where we differ. I think if you enter this country illegally, then you committed a crime, which makes you a criminal, right? So it's a difference between being somebody that committed a crime and somebody that didn't commit a crime. You know what I mean? You might not like how it sounds, but they came here illegally, they committed a crime, so they're criminals, at least in this for this the sake of the context of what we're talking about, right? My final thoughts is I would like for her not to use that verbiage. You know, I take that highly offensive comparing things to slavery and my ancestors to me that do not fit at all. I feel like she owes the black community an apology. You know, there's some blacks that may not have an issue with it. That's, fair enough. That's just my opinion. I would also like for us to get, I, I would like for us black folks to start taking pride in trying to get more information before we just come to conclusions, right? Like, let's try to be a little more informed and let's be more informed and less reactional. We tend to just be reactional a lot, and it doesn't serve us well, honestly. It doesn't serve us well in almost any facet of our life when we just tend to be reactional. Let's try to get more information first. Let's remove our feelings. Let's have a well-informed conversation and come to a educational decision, at the end and not just, oh no, this is crazy, like come on now, they slave patrol, come on man. I took it personal, so that's my final thoughts.
hey, Mr. The Bro, Mr. Walker, maintain podcast. This is Discussions with Gigi
Yeah, yeah.
Podcast. Welcome. I like the final thoughts. Joey Cakes. You know what I like about UFA? I like the fact that you don't just pick a side. You do the research, you do the homework, and then you make your decision. Because
Mhm.
folks just immediately jump on bam. So me,
Right.
I'm the same way. I don't just jump on a bandwagon. I like to do my research, figure it out. Your outrage ain't necessarily my outrage. You
There
understand?
we go. Absolutely.
So I like the fact that you don't just okay because everybody else is mad. Let me just go ahead and jump on this bandwagon.
Exactly. I'm glad that you were able to take. I'm at least glad you was able to take from what I said was, you know what, Hefe, you tend to treat things case by case. And yes, because at the minimum, I'm glad that that point was made. That point maybe had come across. I'm not caping for the right. I'm not a Republican, but also just not caping for the left either. You see what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
want to hear everything and then I give my opinion.
Which should be the case with everything. It should be like, okay, you judge things on a case by case, but some people just automatically just jump the gun and on the bandwagon. So I get what
Yeah.
Joey Cake said. So anyone who is on our soil who is not an American citizen is a criminal. Got it. And my
No, anybody that come on this city, no, anybody that comes in the country illegally, not anyone that's not a citizen. There are plenty of people that are on over here on green cards, that are on here on work visas, that are on here but they can't enter the country legally. Come on, y'all, let's be more intelligent.
uh, Mama said final thoughts. FA is delusional, shaking my damn head. Joey Cake said. So why are so many white people agreeing to this BS?
No, I think white people tend to be just as ignorant as black people. So, man, okay, I wouldn't have answered to that one.
All right, so my final thoughts is Jasmine, you don't owe me no apologies, girl. Keep standing 10 toes down on fools and giving them the business because you a black woman and they don't respect it.
And let
But
me and can I say I agree with that?
yeah,
Also agree that they don't respect her as a black woman and they
yeah,
tend to try to minimize her.
yeah.
I don't agree with everything she says, but I do support her, right? What I'm just saying is I didn't like the comparison. I just didn't like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen, you said when you said what you said about you didn't like him closing. I said okay, he doesn't just he looks at every
Mhm.
situation differently. So
Mhm.
I respect that. Joey Cake said case by case will show that 70,000 people did not need to be deported. Joey Cake said I agree. They called MAGA. All right, yeah, that was a good one. Thank you, FA, for hopping
That
on.
was
Uh,
always.
of opinions, sometimes it's a good thing. It's good to hear the other side and how people feel. But Jasmine, keep fighting that good fight, sis. We love you. All right, thank y'all. See you
Shout
in
out.